Calling on stage Mr. Elias, Mouchantaf, General Manager for the MEA, India and Southern Europe regions at Kodak, Alaris. All over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Quite a long and full and very packed day, so I'll try to make this short and sweet. Thank you all for attending. Thank you, IBEXIndia, for having us here. Thank you to our partners, MBM New Tech, who we are hosting with them the stand outside. We heard a lot today about AI, about automation, and what I'd like to do is just try to relate this a little bit to customer experience and compliance, and how we as Kodak Alaris can help you and help your customers achieve further results. So starting off, Gartner defines hyper-automation, of course, as the rapidly identifying, validating, and automating business and IT processes. And we see in a fast environment and very fast changing banking environment as well, that this is a very key word that we see across our industry. They ran a survey in 2023 and around the technology that is used in order to execute this automation. And we can see, of course, and we spoke a lot about AI today, that the CFOs showed an increase of 35% around that technology, and with budgets being allocated in 2024 in order to increasingly use artificial intelligence within the BFSI sector. So the demand for software is still there. The growth is still there in double digits around multiple aspects. However, what we're dubbing as the AI hype now becomes really core and a core component of what the BFSI sector will start to implement going forward. Of course, in BFSI, the oil, let's say, is the data that you have, okay? And it is a very critical part of your execution towards your customers. And with that, the future trends and needs that are seen are around hyper-personalization, around AI-powered tools in order to get analysis, to deeper analysis, in order to get more insight out of your information. We have seen over the last years digitalization and digitization of information and going more towards a digital environment in BFSI, all within, of course, regulatory, within and using regulatory technology. And we will see further more of that, but it is all about the data. Okay, and so customer experience and the compliance for that is all revolving around the data that is existing and the new data that is coming within your organizations on an hourly and daily basis. So this data goes through different functions over here. So you see a lot of creation of data, whether it is coming from, we heard earlier, from biometric, whether it is coming from video. Then we look also at how this data is transformed and translated, which means we look at how, we bring this data in, we try to link this data together to ensure that whether it is a structured information or unstructured information, we are able to identify and work with this data, to curate this data, okay, to link it together, to classify it. And then it is sent as a data set into the automation part of the process, where it is validated, it is verified, it is further linked to your process, and then based on that automation, you get data either approved or rejected, which generates further data sets, new data sets that enriches what you already have. And this is where it gets interesting. When the new data set is there and is generated, this is where AI really kicks in. So when we start augmenting this information with further data. So one of the buzzwords around, also Gartner talks about it, is the dark data. So over the years, you've been collecting data, and this data is in your systems, but you're not utilizing it. So you're not making use of it, not getting insights out of it. So this dark data then gets out into the light, and you augment the data sets that you currently have with further information and further insights. Most importantly, the underlying layer under all of these functions is the transportation of this data from one function to the other safely and securely. And this is where also security comes into play. So within Kodak Alaris, we have a single platform that acts as a hub to help you accelerate your automation and the capture of your information. So with our solution, Kodak Info Input, we are able to connect with RegTech, live regulatory technology, to import data coming from social media. As you know, a lot of the banks are using social media also to interact with customers. We can import information from different parts in different structures and classify and bring this information under one platform, classify it, understand it, create insight out of this information using artificial intelligence tools, using natural language processing to make sense of this information, and then to send it on within your process and to your back-end systems, whether it is customer experience. I'm sorry, I will wait for the announcement. Okay, so I'll continue. No apologies for that, but we continue. So basically, all this input of information, whether it is video, whether it is pictures, images, video, whether it is coming from paper even, because we still see paper-intensive processes, whether it is part of your KYC process, whether it is an onboarding process. We get all this information together with our hub, with our platform. We are able to classify this information, understand it, get insight out of it, augment it with your existing data, okay, and then send it on to your back-end systems, whether it is going to your customer experience or the CRM basically, or to RPAs that use this data and try to do the repetitive tasks from this information as well. Okay, so we are able with a single platform, a single hub, to understand and use multiple artificial intelligence agents in order to make sense of that information. And this is all new technology, but there is a reason for it. It is for us to be able to give you the right fit for now and for later. As we know, the banking industry is continuously growing and we see now a very big growth and a very big transformation happening in BFSI. So it is very important for your investment to fit your needs now, but also your growth needs going forward. So that is key for us. With Kodak Info Input, we are able to be scalable, we are able to be modular, to give you what you need now and to build with you going forward. Also, this allows us to give you the right experience, not only for your own employees, improving the efficiencies, making their life easier, to own the customer, and this comes back to something that was mentioned in one of the earlier panels, that we want to own the customer, and to own the customer you need this information to be available at the right time in front of your employees, okay? But also to provide a faster, also I heard it before, one-click almost engagement from the bank towards your customers, and gives you more data, more touch points with your customer to ensure that you provide the right products and the right way forward with the customer. So in conclusion, also the solution will deliver superior value through fast, accurate, accelerated, and most importantly, augmented data. Okay, so that's the biggest advantage you get with Kodak Info Input, to bring everything under one umbrella to your customer experience. And this, of course, is coming all from over 30 years of experience with Kodak Alaris. So we started off, over 30 years ago, looking into how to capture data, how to automate processes, how to enhance and reduce costs. And our biggest vertical is the BFSI. We are trusted by a lot of global banks and organizations within this industry. And even here in India, we work with multiple of the major banks. We are also in progress with doing POCs and demoing also Kodak Info Input in 2 of the biggest banks in India. Currently, we cannot, put up their logos yet, but it is going very well and it is progressing. And of course, we are a trusted name with the experts in this domain of IDP. And IDC recently called us a major player in that industry. Of course, with 10 to 15 minutes, I can only talk so much. However, we are with our partner MBM New Tech on booth C309, and where you will be able to meet our expert, Mr. George, and you will be able to see actually Kodak Info Input in action. You will be able to get a feel for the technology, how it can help you, and discuss whether you have current or future needs, and how we can provide you with advantage in order to succeed going forward. Okay, with this, I would like to thank you. I think I made good progress, finished before time. So thank you very much for your time and attendance.
Thank you very much. That was a gentleman from Kodak Alaris, and thank you very much, sir. You are our best friend when you finish on time. It's always an organizer's nightmare to keep running at the pace of the engine and start on time and end on time. But this city has a lot of infrastructure going on. So in the past few years, it's fundamentally changing the landscape. We have metro railways and underground bypasses, and some of the largest flyovers and bridges are coming over across the world, I mean, in terms of size. So humongous amount of work is happening in the city. But what is happening along with that is that we are starting off yesterday and reaching tomorrow, wherever we want to go. So we started the sessions quite late this morning. So thank you for people like you. But for people like you, we wouldn't start and end on time. Thank you so much. Please accept a small token on behalf of the organizers.